In the beginning, there was radio.
The radio is one of the outstanding developments of the 20th century.
A radio transmitter was used for large-scale public entertainment.
Then came computers.
You got to keep up with the times, you know.
Imprints of man's never-ending path of progress.
Back in my day, we didn't have no fancy computer boxes to use.
Shall we play a game?
The internet tied it all together.
The internet gave us a whole world of exciting new possibilities.
A bright new era dawning. A new dimension in communications.
It is possible to establish communication instantaneously from any place at any time.
And now it's the 21st century, and we've made it all toxic.
Hold on to your hats. Okay, we're ready to roll.
This is Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, buddy. Brah. Hey, man, that's a sweet heavy metal happy hour t-shirt. Where'd you pick that up?
Thanks, dude. I got it at the Toxic Radio shop.
Toxic Radio has a shop?
Yeah, dude. It's in the app or online at toxicradio.net.
That is sweet.
Yeah, and I also got a rockin' Toxic Radio hoodie and a Red Band Underground shirt. Dude, I'm gonna look so rockin' at the party tomorrow.
Well, I think you look pretty now.
Oh, wait, what?
The Toxic Radio shop is the place to get all your Toxic Radio gear. Shirts, hoodies, stickers. Find it at toxicradio.net or on the app. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Hey, where you going, man?
What's up? This is Tobin from Papa Roach. You're listening to Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic.
Hey, this is Kel Mitchell, and you're listening to Toxic Radio. Uh-oh, it's getting toxic.
Hi, this is Deep Roy on Toxic Radio. Don't play radio. Listen Toxic Radio.
Hey, miss an episode of Relationships 101? Don't sweat it. We got you covered. You can catch up on episodes on the Toxic Radio app, toxicradio.net, or wherever you get podcasts, like iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and Odyssey. And don't forget to follow John on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember, just like any relationship, communication is key. Keep in touch.
What's going on, everybody? I want to welcome y'all once again to another episode of Relationships 101, and my name is John Evans. I'll be your love doctor for the next 60 minutes. Feels good to be back. I took last Monday off. It was my birthday, so, you know, it was my mental health day. I took it to myself. But it does feel good to be back. Without my manager tonight, my daughter is a little under the weather, so I want to wish her the best, and hopefully she's back in the booth with us next week. But tonight's topic will be cuffing season. If you don't know about it, you will tonight. And trust me, it's real. But we're going to start off with some stories that was brought to me that I thought was so wild and so humorous, I had to share them with you guys. So the first one coming from Jill out of Philly. And she says, I met my boyfriend, and after 2 months of an amazing courting, I moved him in. From there, it went from sugar to shit. He is a great guy, but we don't see eye to eye on anything. As far as living together, i.e. bills, chores, even quality time. What do I do? Well, you know, what's funny about this, Jill, is I was on Facebook, and I was going back and forth with someone who believed that you should not be coming to the table asking anyone what do they bring. And I thought that was such a foolish statement because first and foremost, communication is key. Now, you do need to talk. Seems like during this 2 months of courting, you were so amazed and wowed by this guy that you had met. This is new relationship, new man. He's probably checking off all the boxes, as I, like to use from time to time. And it felt good. It felt good, especially if you're spending tremendous amount of time together. I don't like to put time limits on things because it's life is real. Things can move extremely fast in relationships. But here you are now. You moved them in after 2 months, and I'm quite sure it didn't take long. You said it went from sugar to shit. So I'm quite sure it didn't take long for you to realize, hey, we're not on the same page with a lot of things. You said, the most important things: bills, chores, quality time, and I'm quite sure it's more than that. So first things you want to do is sit down. Make a nice dinner. Instead of watching TV together, hey, get some snacks. Hey, I want to sit down. I want to talk to you about something. It's been on my mind. It's been troubling. It's been bothersome. And let him know that you're doing this to save this relationship. You enjoy what you guys have. It's only been 2 months. Who knows, maybe going on 3, but you're enjoying it, and you'd like to see it progress and grow into something more meaningful. These don't seem like issues that are deal breakers. You can work this out. Like I said, communication is key in any relationship. So make time to sit down with them, and do it fast. Don't let this linger. It's one of the worst things you could do. So yeah. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. That's Wire to Wire podcast. My toxic family. I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I recommend you do. Sit down and have a talk, and I'm quite sure this is something that you guys can hash out and get things back on the right path. Thank you. I appreciate you. The next one comes from Mark out of Sicklerville. He says, I've been seeing my girlfriend for 4 months. I know this is going to sound weird. I met her at my cousin's bachelor party. And yes, she was a stripper there. I'm assuming she was at your cousin's bachelor party. We exchanged numbers at the party and haven't seen each other since. I'm ready to pop the question and ask her to marry me. Any suggestions? Okay, well, let's unpack this here. She's a stripper. You met at your cousin's bachelor party. Now, I'm not saying they can't be made into housewives or anything else like that, but and it's only been 4 months. I can imagine, she's done some tricks and, wowed you, amazed you. You've been seeing each other on the regular, I take it. You want my suggestion? I think it's too soon for marriage. I really do. Enjoy the moment. Live in the moment. Circle back around this in about, 4 months and 8 months. Let it be a year. Circle back around to this. See if she's still with you. This is a term I don't like to use because it's my name, but I would hate for you to have to be a John in her life. So, circle back around. I don't want to see you get hurt, brother, but these things happen. And look like it's happening to you. So enjoy the moment. Tanya Grooms Butler, what's going on, girl? I appreciate you. Slow down a bit. That's right. I'm telling him, enjoy the moment. You have the liberty of, not having to, put money in her G-string. So enjoy the moment, If it don't work, you'll go back to that dude that's having to, make it rain on her. You don't want to be that dude. So enjoy the moment. Take your time, build. It's only been 4 months, just build, Food tastes much better when it's seasoned. So my friend, take your time, Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you for tuning in, and please keep in touch with me on that one because I'm very curious to know how that works out for you. The next one comes from James. He's out of Camden, New Jersey. Shout out to Cam. He says, I'm in a situation. My girl told me she's seeing another woman, basically cheating on me. But she said she didn't want to lose me either. She said that it would enhance our relationship. Okay. Of course, I said yes to threesomes on a regular. In the beginning, it was amazing. Now it's like they're edging me out of the bedroom more and more. The threesomes have now turned into twosomes. Okay, let's unpack this here. She came to you and she was honest enough to tell you, hey, I'm cheating on you. Doesn't matter what gender she chose, but she was still cheating on you. So, in essence, that was a clear indication for you to leave. You chose to go this route thinking that, and Tanya chimes in. She says, no, hell no. You chose this route thinking it was going to be better. But here's my thing. You didn't choose this route thinking it was going to enhance or make your relationship better. You chose it for selfish reasons because you would be able to get threesomes on a regular. So in essence, you shot yourself in the foot. Now, here you are where these two women have indulged, and there's a true saying that, no one truly knows how to satisfy a woman like another woman. So here we are here, these two women that have edged you out of the bedroom. You're on the outside looking in, probably fogging up the glass, trying to see what's going on from the outside. You brought that on yourself. Like I said, now I don't want to, say anything bad against her because she came to you like a woman. She told you, hey, I'm seeing someone else. That was your opportunity. That was your opportunity to, plan your escape, leave, or, exit the room, the relationship. You chose not to. Man, positive Pro Star GP chimes in. He says that's how it always ends up in the long run. And it does. It does. He's right about that. When you bring these outside entities into relationships, it's a recipe for disaster. And I've said that on a prior podcast, and I truly do believe that. Instead of accepting that ill fate, because that's what it is now for you, you should have sat down and talked to your woman and tried to figure out what it was that you could have did to save that relationship, where it could have been monogamous and just between you two. Let this be a lesson to you, Mark. 3 isn't the luckiest number. So, that being said, move on, and hopefully you'll find someone that isn't into other women, especially while you're with them. Thank you. I appreciate you. Next one is coming from Rick out of College Park, Maryland. Okay. He says, before you read this, keep in mind that I'm just asking for your opinion. Nothing will change our feelings and what we are doing. I've been with my girl for 2 years, but I've known her my whole life. My mother adopted her when she was 10. Oh, okay. Of course, I'm older, but when she turned 19, things had changed. There was slick comments exchanged between us till one night we hooked up and slept with each other. We kept it on the low for a while, but we decided to come out to our family, which has caused major rift in the family. I can see how that would. Let's unpack this. Your mother adopted. Now, you don't say how old you are when your mother adopted her when she was 10. So I'm going to guess that you were probably very much older than she was. at 10. So 10 till the time she became legal, 8, 9 years per se. You said 19, so 9 years. You didn't look at her for what she was, your sister. You looked at her as someone that, oh my gosh, she's developing. Oh, she's going to be hot when she grows up. Which is very disgusting. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to call it a spade, R. Kelly. That's very disgusting. Now, she became 19, and slick words, comments, whatever you want to say was exchanged between you two. Does not mean that you had to feed into it. You could have easily said, whoa, hold up. Oh, I'm your brother. No, we can't get down like that. No. What you did was you fed into it. And then this night comes about where you guys slept with each other. Well, you being a mature mind in that, because she was only 19, you being an older person, you could have easily said, nah, this ain't right. We can't do this. No, you indulged yourself. You kept going in this, which makes you the even more wrong, disgusting, whatever adjective I could use for that in this party. You've already said at the start of this that nothing will change. You're going to keep doing what you're doing. So I'm really curious. Well, what was the reason for chiming in, asking? May is, you said it tore your family apart, caused a major rift. I can see, because think about it from a mother's standpoint. Tanya chimes in again. She says he was thinking with his little head and not his big head, which is true. Think about your mother, because this is someone she's raised up and is looking like a daughter. And you as an older brother. So I can imagine when you guys came out with this news that she was devastated and disgusted. Not just her, but I can imagine other family members, friends, or just about any other person listening to it would be. I don't know either of you. I'm not a friend or a family member, and I'm utterly disgusted. So, I don't know what you want me to tell you. You already said you're going to keep doing what you're doing, but I can imagine the holidays will not be the same for you guys this year. Good luck with that. Whew. Okay. I hope these stories get better. Okay, this next one is from someone out of East Orange, but she refuses to leave a name. She calls herself One Piss Chick. Okay, One Piss Chick. Let's see what you got going on. I was seeing this guy, and it just felt right. She uses my term. He was checking off all the boxes. At the same time, he wasn't stuck up my ass all the time. Okay. So my birthday came, and he threw me an amazing birthday party at the bar that we always frequent. Drinks are flowing, everyone's having a great time, and I'm thinking, best night ever. Then boom goes the dynamite. A woman walks in holding a baby and throws a drink in his face. Long story short, it's his wife, and yes, the baby is his too. So, everyone gets her to leave, and after she leaves, I made him leave. And after being utterly humiliated, I left the party. Happy birthday to me. Yeah. I could get where you were humiliated, especially if everyone knew that was your man. I get it. Not to mention all this did happen on your birthday of all days. But I gotta ask. Okay, this man had a wife and a child. Is there any key factors that, okay, there's a point in here where you say that he wasn't stuck up your ass all the time. Okay, which tells me he had time to maintain a family life and deal with you. Was there ever any point where you figured, okay, he's not stuck up my ass, but at the same time, I'm not seeing him like I want to, or he's not around like he should be? I can imagine this man had a wife and a baby that he was spending some deal of time at home. What about conversations? There had to have been some type of clue that he was living a double life. Now, I'm not blaming you for this because, of all things, like I said, this is your birthday, one, and two, you deserve to have someone you can call your own, not, share someone's husband. Uh, hmm, that's heavy. That's heavy. I can only hope that the next birthday is better. You know, one piss chick. I'm sorry for you, and like I said, man, it's heavy. Brad chimes in. It says, "Well, at least you got a good story to tell, so that's a good gift." I don't know if that's a good gift because that's not a story I'd want to share with anybody. But she was bold enough. Well, I don't. I can't even say she was bold enough because she didn't leave her name. But one piss chick. I hope it gets better for you. Let's leave it at that. I hope it gets better for you. Uh, you know, next birthday. Hey, who knows? Man you with won't have a wife and a child. Oof. This is the final one. Oh, good Lord. This is the final one. This is from Derek. He's out of Allentown. Says my birthday was approaching. I knew my girl was planning something special because every time I came around, she would close up her laptop. So one evening when she got in the shower, I went into her laptop and I found two things. One, she was planning a party, and two, it was for her other boyfriend. His birthday was 2 weeks after mine's. Okay. Let's unpack this one. One, oh, my man, Positive Pro Star chimes in. He says, that's a sticky situation. I'm a firm believer, be careful what you look for because you might not like what you find. You shouldn't have went into her laptop for one. That was an invasion of privacy. And it probably would have saved you some feelings leading into your birthday. What can I say? I mean, she had another man on the side, so I can imagine that this relationship is over. She was planning his birthday and not yours. I can imagine this relationship is over. So, Tanya chimes in. She says, Ashton Kutcher, please. I'm just saying. All I'm going to say is, let's hope for your next birthday, you don't get a party. Because you haven't had luck with him so far. Thank you for tuning in, Derek. I appreciate all y'all, because me myself, I can't say that I would have shared those stories. So it took a lot of heart. And I wish whatever path y'all choose that it actually works out. Now, Brad chimes in. He says, wow, these people do not know how to cheat. I'm not advocating that at all. This is Relationships 101. This is the path that we take to build healthy relationships, Brad. So I'm not going to advocate cheating. Most of these people were cheated on by these stories. So I truly do feel sorry for them. I don't want to make light of their feelings. Now, I'm about to bring up a topic that could cheer them up. Cuffing season. If you don't know about it, listen carefully. Now, get my notes, because this is quite a bit to unpack here. Now, real talk. Can you feel the chill in the air? Hear the kids trick-or-treating, see the colored lights, the decorations? Well, 'tis the season. Cuffing season. Now, if you don't know about cuffing season normally occurs in the month of October. And it lasts all the way to March. Until March or until the weather gets warm, because it'll still be cold in March. So until the weather gets warm. Basically, Cuffing season is a no strings attached relationship. No strings attached. You don't go into this looking to build a relationship, and I'll reiterate on that later. But if you never heard of cuffing season, well, it's been around for a while. Believe it or not, studies have actually shown that it's been around. Research has been done on it. I mean, this is legit. It's the real deal thing. And it's been shown to be a phenomenon now. If you're single or if you're dating, you should know about this. Cuffing season generally starts, like I said, in October, and it'll last until March. Now, this relationship is based or designed for your colder weather months. And, this isn't the type of relationship you get in because, you want to feel more generous or because you want to spoil someone. Nope, quite the opposite. In cuffing season, there's no gifts to exchange. There's no emotions. The word love doesn't even exist. You two, the premise of you two being together is so you can survive these cold winter months. So you have someone to sleep with, someone to hold, someone to watch TV with, someone all you got to do is just send that quick text, come on through, and they're there. No commitment. And believe it or not, there's a lot of pressure on being in relationships this time of the season. Whether it's family get-togethers, office work parties, or even those corny-ass holiday movies. There are a lot of pressure. And people have a tendency of feeling more lonely or lonelier during this time of season because they don't have anyone. Well, this is your cure right here, cuffing season. Now, what you want to do is, you want to find someone that will mutually agree to this, for one. But what you want to do, and keep in mind that this is not a way to start a relationship. Not at all. This is pretty much, let's call it a summer fling for winter months. But it has an expiration date on it. Know that going in. It has an expiration date on it. When that weather gets warm, one of y'all are going to look to get out and end that thing. So, like I said, it's a summer fling, but just with an expiration date to it. Cuffing season isn't a bad thing. Now, I know we talk about, relationships and, we talk about them in a positive manner on this podcast, but it's not a bad thing. And I say it's not a bad thing only because you know what you're getting into. No one's deceived. No feelings are hurt. No one's misled. When you get into cuffing, you know there's no expectations. There's no feelings. Love doesn't exist. We're here. We're together for a limited time only. Almost like a McDonald's meal. It's for a limited time only. Once March come around, soon as that sun get to peeking through, soon as we see that ice melt, it's over. Now, like I said, no one gets hurt, and that's why it's a good thing. It's two people enjoying each other's company during the winter months with no commitments involved. In this case, believe it or not, you're actually having your cake and eating it too. So, think about it. Who wants a cuddy buddy? Now, I'm not going to raise my hand, but I'm quite sure there are some people out there that are raising their hands. And if you are, then cuffing season is right up your alley. Nothing to be ashamed of. There are thousands of Americans actually doing it. May not be too bold to say it out loud, but they're doing it. So don't be ashamed to be cuffing. Nothing wrong with it. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's an alternative during the wintertime months. Now, I had a topic that I didn't get a chance to finish, Last time I was on here, I had two great guys with me. They have the podcast before me, and they're called the Entertainment Experience. Mr. Entertainment, my man, Positive Pro Star GP, and we were talking about expectations in a relationship and how, if you set them too high, you fall flat on your face. Now, where I left off was expecting your partner to spend all their free time with you. I've seen this a lot. And I've seen it end very bad. Now, I'm a firm believer that in relationships, everyone should have their own group of friends outside of a relationship. No one, and I will reiterate on this, no one needs to be stuck up underneath each other in a relationship. It's unhealthy. Now, when two people maintain a healthy relationship, a level of independence, excuse me, you need and should have your own friends and your own life outside of that relationship. Now, if you're one of those couples that prefer to be around each other 24/7, you're Bonnie and Clyde, so to speak, then I wish you luck. But I don't recommend it because that's not for everyone. I've been in relationships myself where, I've been with, or we was around each other 24/7. And to be honest, you actually grow sick of that person. And the things that you thought were so cute in the beginning start to piss you off during that time. Let me chime in and get another expert opinion on this. Mike, let me get some feedback on this.
I mean, obviously, I 100% agree with you. I mean, having your own identity is key.
Yes.
You got to have your own identity. And like you said, being stuck up each other's butts nonstop, it doesn't help nothing. And what do you got to talk about at the end of the day?
Exactly.
Remember what we did an hour ago? Yeah, I was there. Okay, we're done. It's kind of redundant. It kind of leaves it to no discovery.
No doubt. I've just been joined in the booth by my man, Positive Pro Star GP, and he says, I'm a firm believer that having boundaries in space is my topic. Well, I got cut off, but he's here to chime. No, it's good. It's good. Real story though. I worked with a guy, and he told me on the job that his wife had worked there previously before I got there. And I said, wow, how can you work with your wife all day and go home and, be with her? I mean, you guys are around each other 24/7. He said, I know. His words, not mine. He said, I got sick of it. I got that motherfucker fired. I said, whoa. He said, we would come home and she would ask me, baby, how was your day? And he would tell her, motherfucker, I was with you all day. That's how my day was. So, I mean, like I said, those are his words, not mine. But being around someone too much, it's not a good thing. It's not. You need your own dependence. You need your own space. You need your own friends. So that's just something that I believe expecting, your partner to spend all of their free time with you is a bad thing. And it's, setting yourself up for disaster in the long run.
Yes, it is.
Your thoughts on that, brother? Talk to me.
Man, like, I'm a firm believer of that. I mean, having your own boundary, your own space from your spouse or your significant other. I worked it with my wife, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was good because when I go there, managers bother with her. I could intervene and stroke myself and be the male ego to stop the situation. But as a long run, as you get older and into the relationship,
right,
you need that time. Like is how can I say? It's like y'all don't have a different type of growth.
Mm-hmm.
So if we around the same individual, the same people, the same friends, we grow too similar.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing about a relationship is to cover each other half. Like I can't be dipsy and dim with it, and me and my wife both dipsy and dim with it, and we just hang around a bunch of dim with it friends.
Right.
So it was no growth. Is like, what I mean? Like what I'm trying to say is is no diversity.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I think everybody should have their own type of space. It allows you to cover what she's lacking, and she could cover what you're lacking. Whether she's to be the smart one or you'll be the handy one, but if y'all doing everything, then y'all eventually start stepping on each other's toes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a firm believer just having space. Like I gonna know that home. Just having space, having your own friends. Just have trust. Have trust in your relationships, and you don't have to worry about that too much. But that's my take on that one, John.
I can agree with you on that. And I myself, I can't do it because I have very short patience. Very, very, very short. That wick is small. So, if we're around each other all the time, I will eventually grow sick of that person.
That's true.
I need to get out, get some air, see some new faces.
Right.
It's just not for me. And I don't believe I'm the only person on that. We've heard several different opinions on that. So, yes.
It could be smothering.
Yes. That's thank you. I was looking for that.
Irritated, and, it can cause division and
hold that up, Mike.
Different things that to go against each other because you're always around each other. You get irritated. You need that space. And then if you got kids involved, time to yourself no longer exists.
Right. Brad chimes in. He says, "I can't stand when couples have the same Facebook account. I want to know who I'm talking to." Couples have the same Facebook account?
I don't. Hey, Brad.
You know what? I see your point. I do see your point. That would be a little difficult because you don't know who you're talking to. So you could think you're telling your buddy something, in actuality be getting him in trouble because she's on Facebook. So
that's right.
Yeah, I get that.
The joint Facebook account usually happens once somebody has cheated. That's usually where that comes from.
Okay.
When there's no trust.
Okay, well, stop cheating, and you don't have a reason to have a joint Facebook account. It's been established the joint Facebook account is a punishment.
Yeah,
you've been cheating, so now we got the same account.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't like that.
Whoa, okay. All right, so the next one is expecting your partner to take care of things around the house. Research shows that relationships flourish when there's more division of labor, household chores. So try to come up with a system where neither one of you feels like, you're the do-it-all person in the relationship. Maybe your guy's a handyman, but at the same time, he's,
Mrs. Doubtfire.
The other end of the spectrum.
Cleaning.
He could be the cook. He could be, the guy. He could be the guy doing the laundry or whatever. Mm-hmm. But you don't want them to be doing that so much to where they're taken for granted. So yeah, I could see that. Almost like cooking, for example. Your man or your lady is a great cook. Don't expect them to do it 24/7. Switch it up. You get behind there. Turn that eye on, cook something up, or switch it up. Order some takeout, or hey, I'm taking you out. So yeah, I get that. I understand that. No one wants to feel like like I said, the do-it-all person.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm feeling like I'm with, a lazy ass joker. Ain't doing nothing. You want to chime in on that, Pro Star?
Oh, man, it's about balance. The worst thing about it is when you actually have somebody that might feel like they do it all.
Right.
And even if they don't, they just they drive that home. They take the essence. They take the worth out the few things you does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when you said the key point of don't take anybody for granted, because you might have that man that be to fix it and might occasionally do a few dishes here and there, but you have the other person in the relationship you haven't done it when they want you to do it, and that's when it could be a problem. I feel as though that y'all just be considerate. Just keep balance. Everything is good with balance.
Exactly.
You don't want one to be doing too much. It's a balance. That's how you build up better respect for the situation and the individual.
And that's when you have problems, when that scale gets tipped.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
You know, when it's even, you know, like you said, you know, there's
it's
joy,
great.
there's
Yes, it is.
happiness. When that scale gets tipped, someone notices.
Yeah.
And that's when I'm tired of doing all this shit. You
Yep.
know? So,
Yep.
yeah, like you said, that balance is number one.
Balance is key.
There's no doubt. The next one, expecting your partner to always know what you're thinking.
Oh.
Now, I've been in several different relationships like this. And I even, you know, back when I was, you know, heavy on the dating sites, I would see in people's women's profiles where they would say, I want a man that's going to know what I'm thinking and be able to finish my sentence. Come on now.
Like,
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh,
Stop
no,
it.
they
For
don't really
one,
want that.
I didn't take that mind reading class in high school. It's impossible to expect someone to know what you're feeling to the point where you're answering each other's questions, unless you're arguing about the same thing. Other than that, is just, you know, let me finish this. Assuming that your partner always knows what you're thinking, knows what you're feeling, or knows what is bothering you is an instant recipe for disaster. Communication is key and the foundation to any and every healthy relationship. So that's truly taking your partner for granted when you sit there and assume that you're, you know, they're supposed to know what you're thinking. Well, I gotta say this. Fuck out of here. That shit don't work like that.
That's right.
It just don't work like that. I'm sorry. No. I don't want to know what you're thinking. I just don't. You know, I got enough shit going on in my own head. I don't want to know what you're thinking. You know, let's talk this out like two rational human beings, two rational adults, like, you know, we're supposed to in a relationship. Let's put all these cards on the table and work this out. You sitting up here thinking that, you know, you're supposed to know what I'm thinking is quickly going to have me think, you know what, fuck this and fuck you.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not the way it's supposed to go in a relationship. You know, like I said, communication is key, and it's, you know, healthy in any and every relationship. Talk about it. You know, no one can read minds.
Right. It's selfish to think otherwise. If you
No
ask
doubt.
me.
No doubt.
Can't go in a relationship. Oh, you know I wanted this. Why you didn't get this? Why you didn't say it?
Exactly. Why didn't you say
like,
it?
You don't want nobody. That's oh man. You know, that's a selfish person.
I've
That's
been
a
through that
big
so
baby.
many times. You know what I like. You know
Nah.
what I want. No, motherfucker, I don't. You
Damn
should have
right.
said something.
Communicate.
Right. Exactly.
Communicate.
Exactly.
And whoever that woman individual is, to me, she's just a immature and a big baby. That's something you're a little princess, and you want to go these high standards of somebody just being. It's hard to be on that wavelength and they just to do all these things for you without you asking. That's very spoiled and selfish. I mean, you should ask. You can say, hey, you want this and this, or can you get this for me? But don't just
Put
already
a pin
think
in
it.
that mic, please. Brad chimes in again. He says, if my girl knew everything I was thinking, she'd leave me. Yeah, it works like that too. But on a serious note, no one can read minds and know what you're thinking, especially if you're trying to have a healthy relationship. It just doesn't work like that. You have to talk these things out, you know.
That's right.
Put all the cards on the table. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling so we can fix this matter. You know, waiting on me to read your mind, things will stay broke. Expecting your partner to fill every void in your life. Well, at times, some couples can seem symbiotic, joined at the hip, finish each other's sentences. We just got done talking about that. There's nothing wrong with that. Whoa, I'm contradicting myself. Yes, there is something wrong with that. I had to look at my own notes there. Yes, there is something wrong with that. So I'm not going to contradict myself. Yes, there is something wrong with that. Stop expecting that shit.
Yeah.
It works for some people, and for some, they don't need to be super deep and share every waking moment, thought, or emotion. Neither is wrong, neither is right. But realize, no one person can be your bestie, your therapist, your coach, your Oprah, or your take the lead sex partner. That's a lot of hats to wear at once. It's a lot of pressure too, because I don't even want that, in a relationship. I don't want to be your coach. I don't want to be, your Oprah, your take the lead sex partner.
I was about to say, what's the take the lead sex partner right there, John? Is that that's the person that initiate the sexual acts? That's what
could be.
Okay,
the person that's initiate.
First time I heard that.
I've heard people say in relationships, we don't never have sex unless I initiate it. So maybe that's the take the lead person.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. So, I don't want to be all that. The therapist, the bestie, it's hard enough being the man in a relationship,
That's right.
That was about 4 or 5 different jobs, you asked me to be. And I ain't getting paid for it. Hell no. I don't want to do all that. And I love a good, healthy relationship, but, sometimes you can lean on a person a little too much.
That's right.
I was told once, pressure will either make a diamond or bust a pipe. Now, all that pressure, you're going to bust that pipe, and you're going to be a hell of a lot of trouble in that relationship. Think about it. That person, and I'm going to ask Mike and Pro Star's opinion on this. Excuse me. I've been in relationships, and I've heard this too, where people have said, "No, we're in a relationship. You're supposed to be my best friend." I don't believe that's true.
You don't believe that's true?
No. I don't.
Better be your best friend with your significant other.
No.
How do you not believe that to be true?
You really believe that?
Your significant other should be your best friend. Somebody that you can, if you're a drinker, drink with, be goofy with, be stupid with.
Share all your secrets and inner emotions with.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They know where the bodies are.
They better damn well know where the bodies are and be willing to help
now,
me
keep in mind, when a relationship goes south, that's the ammunition that they use against you.
But the whole point of a relationship, if you're in it to win it, is to not think about it going south, because if you're in a relationship.
Now you about to turn this into Relationships 101 with Toxic Mike.
If you're in it, I used to be that state of mind where you were just there for the moment. You were just in a relationship for. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen 2 weeks from now. I don't know what's going to be. Are we going to be together a year from now? I don't know. I used to be that way.
Right.
I'm no longer that way. If you're with somebody, you want to, and this happened in my 30s when this started coming to fruition. You want to be with somebody that their goals align with yours. You want to be with somebody where you can hang out with your buddies and she can be there, or he can be there with your girlfriends, and you can be yourself because you're all friends. You're all having a good time. You're all hanging out, and you can be as goofy, as stupid, as dorky as you want to be, because your significant other's going to be the exact same way, or they're going to be your biggest cheerleader while you're doing that.
You know what some of my biggest fears is? That when I decide to let them in and be like, hey, this is what it is, then she's going to turn around and run like 4 different directions like Scooby-Doo.
But then that's a good thing.
Just break.
That's when you just give the wave. See ya.
Not everyone's built for this. So
I'm a firm believer of once we get into a relationship, now not right away.
Right.
Not right from the door. Everybody puts a mask on in the beginning. Everybody's
no doubt.
Putting
it's
your
the honeymoon phase.
You're putting your best foot forward. But once you realize that this is going to be a serious relationship, you
can say it.
That one, I'm trying to think of the word.
What's the
word?
Monogamous?
No. Is it monogamous?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where I was trying. It's late. I've had a long day. So monogamous. Once you realize that that's the way it's going to be, I'm putting all my cards on the table. This is who I am. This is who I was. Look, I've gone on tours with rappers and snorted condoms and pulled them out of my mouth. Like, this is stuff that has happened. Like, I have been on radio shows and puked up a full bowl of mashed potatoes. Like, this is stuff that is not normal. I know John's giving me this look like, what the hell? And there's more that comes from that. If I get drunk at your party, dressed as Deadpool, you might see me at the end of the day, at the end of the party, holding a unicorn while humping your ottoman. These are things that have happened, but these are things that
toxic Mike.
Sorry, Mom, but these are things that you need to know about me, and you need to be in on this. You need to be my friend, and you need to look over and go, "That's mine."
Okay.
So you got to be best friends with your
Okay.
significant other.
Pro Star, your opinion on this? Do you believe that your lady should be your bestie?
I mean, how I look at it, like I said, everything could be unevenly yoked. So having somebody that's just
Brad
so
chimes in. He said, "I'm sorry." Brad chimes in. Said Mike's a keeper.
Yeah, Mike's
now,
a
go
keeper.
ahead, Pro Star.
Mike is definitely a keeper.
He's unique. I'll
But,
say that.
like I said, man, like but everybody, I mean, everybody got this facade. Everybody say, yeah, they significant others, they best friend, is et cetera, et cetera. But let's get down to the nit and gritty of relationship. That's not you're in a relationship to build something to be your wife. It's not to be your best friend. You build a friendship with them, but how you going to tell your friend what to do? Do you go over to your friend's house and say, "Hey man, I was coming over. Why it's not cooked?" Right now, I'm being serious. You don't give demands to your friends. That's something that your friends stepped up and do. But
Who's giving demands to their significant other?
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. All right, let's be real right now, Mike, because you've been starting your shit all week. You, as a man in the household, expect certain things to be done, whether it's by you or by her. That's your relationship.
I do.
But no, as you do. So don't say this is your best friend.
I like that bacon and those fried potatoes in the morning.
When
yes,
this person
indeed.
gotta meet your standards. A friend don't have to meet your standards. A friend just be who they are, and they be who you are.
Have you ever had a buddy live on your couch?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yes.
When a buddy's living on your couch in your house or in your apartment, which was my apartment at the time, there became a breaking point where I looked at my buddy and was like, "Yo, bro, you're going to have to take out the trash. You're going to have to do this. You got to get up and do some shit."
That's different.
Okay?
That's if,
and that same attitude, that same cadence that I just said that in, is the same cadence that I would do with my girl in.
That is not
like,
used
look,
in a
we got to work
relationship.
together on this. We got to work as a team. I do not bark out orders because guess what?
You don't.
At the end of the day, she don't bark out orders to me.
And that's what I'm saying. You are a keeper, Mike. But for other people, there's people.
Sorry,
that's,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm taken.
I don't bark them out.
I don't bark orders either. But I seen that men make their girlfriends do things that I would never have told my girlfriends or anything to do. That's why I said I don't look at it. That's friendship is friendship. Relationship is relationship. Point blank. You could be friends with them, but we're talking best friends. We're talking about somebody you go to about that's in a situation that you can go to your wife about. That's about her. No. That's
there's a really nice feeling about knowing that not only do you get to spend the rest of your life with your best friend, but you also get to have sex with them. That is the best feeling in the friggin' world.
Allison chimes in. She says, "Hey T." I have no idea who T is, but okay.
That must
But no, I totally think that you find your best friend in a female form, you marry them, you spend eternity with them, and you will never ever get bored.
That's powerful. That's powerful. That's not creating everybody.
How many we've all got that friend that we've had forever that has lasted through all of our relationships. We've got those friends that we've had from either childhood or either middle school or high school or early teens. We've all got those friends that have stuck around for that long. So to have that relationship with a member of either the same sex or opposite sex, whatever your preference is, but to have that relationship with somebody where they are your best friend, you can look at them and say, "This is my best friend. When I go to a concert, this is who I want to go with. When I go to the bar, this is who I want to go with. When I do anything fun, this is who I want to go with because I know I'm going to have the best time." Just like when you used to go out and you used to go, "Who am I going to invite to this concert? My boy such and such, my boy such and such, because we're going to be wilding out. We're going to have a blast." To do that with your significant other,
It's on another level.
It's on another level. It creates that bond that it's just not going to be broken.
Okay, you know what? I'm about. You know what? Hey, okay, they're gonna get the tell-all book now. They're gonna get the tell-all book.
They're gonna get the tell-all book,
the
but
unabridged version.
But if they feel the same way that you do, they're gonna appreciate that tell-all book. Now, I mean, you're doing stuff that you're not gonna do with your buddy. You're gonna have cuddle nights, and you're gonna have emotional nights, and she's gonna see you cry, and you're gonna see her
You ain't
cry.
gotta be your best friend and do that. That's your woman. That's
I'm
your
not
wife.
crying in front of my best friend.
Exactly.
But you understand what I'm saying? That's why it's that much better. That's why it's that next level.
Right, but I just don't look at them as your best friend. I look at them as your significant other, your soulmate, your mate.
I hope
not
seriously
a best friend.
that you experience that once in your lifetime.
Oh well, I ain't got long. I'm already 40. So
where you find that significant other that is everything. Great set of tits and your best friend. Sorry,
I see the point there.
I definitely see his point. I'm not knocking that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's
a beautiful thing.
I wish all relationships was like that.
Yeah. Well, that does it.
Yeah.
40, 60 minutes go by fast. I'm gonna leave you with a little food for thought. Nothing in life is ever what it seems, or people. But when you find that special someone that makes it all worthwhile, hold on tight. Never let them go. I want to thank my man for tuning in, chiming in with me. He came in during the later end of it, but I always appreciate him. He's one half the dynamic team, Entertainment Express. His partner, Mr. Entertainment Experience.
He's trying to get us out of here.
Got a lot going on here. The Entertainment Experience. His partner is Mr. Entertainment, and he is Positive Pro Star GP. Thank you, my man. Thank you all for tuning in. This Monday night slot is rough because we're fighting Monday Night Football and everything's coming back on TV this season. So I get it. For those of you who did tune in, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the ones who plan on tuning in later because you can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Stitcher. You can catch us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And soon you'll be able to catch us on iHeartRadio.
Yep.
So there are many, many different ways of watching this podcast and many others, Wire to Wire, the Entertainment Experience, the Funky Contradiction, everyone else in the Toxic family. So I thank y'all tonight for tuning in. Mike, play me out. Y'all be good. I'll see you next week.